Yo, 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 Bulls Nation, what's up? What is going on, gang? So on this episode of CB4LTv, I just want to touch on a few topics as far as the team goes. So make sure y'all subscribe, first and foremost. Subscribe to our YouTube, CB4LTv. To make sure that you stay in tune with all the new and breaking videos. I got a special video coming up for y'all, probably in the next week or so. So y'all stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, first off, what is going on? Proud time to be a Bulls fan. Best time to be a Bulls fan, if you ask me. But every year is the best time to be a Bulls fan, in my opinion, because I'm just that type of Bulls fan. So, first things first, I want to hop into the league's sleeping. The league is sleeping on us. They are sleeping on this team as a whole, which I'm not too surprised at, because as you know, this is a show improve type of league. So you have to show that you can compete at the high level before they give you, the recognition. So we got the recognition as far as some of the moves that we made this offseason. They said that we had one of the best summers, as far as the franchise goes. So I'm, excited about that. They did give us our recognition there. We did make the first move of free agency and getting Lonzo Ball. So yeah, man, they give us our flowers in certain aspects, but I think what Bulls fans are upset about is the fact that they didn't give us a Christmas game, which I was 50-50 on them giving us a Christmas game. It would have been nice to get a Christmas game, but it's not the end-all, be-all if we didn't get a Christmas game. So as well as Bulls fans are upset that we didn't get any games for the opening week as far as nationally televised games. Now, again, I'm not too upset about that. Again, we got to improve ourselves to be a contender, as well as a team in the top of its conference, in order to get a lot of recognition that we're going to be looking for. So y'all just be patient. Let this team get itself together, and then the best way to show people who we are is to show people who we are. So y'all just be patient and let us get down with that. Next up, I want to touch on the Lonzo Ball effect. So as you know, if you don't know, you've probably been under a rock for the last few weeks. But the Bulls acquired Lonzo Ball in a sign and trade from the New Orleans Pelicans. We sent over Tomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, as well as a couple of second-round picks. Got the point guard that we have been having an eye on since. A lot of people going to say the trade deadline, but we've been interested in Lonzo Ball since before that. So this is a marriage that has been a long time in the coming. This is a marriage that's been a long time in the making, should I say. And now that we do have that pass first point guard, that traditional point guard, as a lot of Bulls fans were saying, now we can see this team to its fullest extent. We can see scorers be scorers. We can stop seeing guys trying to be forced into the point guard role or forced into a playmaking role. We can stop with the power forward and Thad Young being the best or one of the best playmakers on the team. So this frees up players to be themselves. Lonzo is being himself in being a pass-first point guard in the first place. So it lets Zach LaVine, worry about the scoring as well as, defensive side of the ball, which he's been working on all summer. We saw a little taste of that in the Olympics. It lets Vooch do his thing in the post, as well as if he wants to, get out to the outside and, make a 3-point shot. Vooch has that skill set where he can be a 3-level scorer. So it lets him do that. It lets DeMar DeRozan, take advantage of his slashing abilities. It lets Patrick Williams take advantage of his slashing abilities and, just getting to the basket and on the cut. So the Lonzo Ball effect, man, it's gonna be big for this team, in my opinion. It's gonna show y'all what a team can do when it has a elite playmaker running the floor. So, y'all should be excited for it. I know I'm excited for it. I can't wait till preseason. The training camp actually starts in September. So, we're a couple of weeks away from training camp. Preseason starts in October. And then, the regular season probably at the end of October. So I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to this season, this Bulls team. Billy Donovan being able to get a team that he has built from the ground up. Him as well as Arturas and Mark Eversley have built this team. So it gives us a chance to see what this team looks like, when it's all put together. Mind you, we have some other moves that we need to make. The Larry Markkinen situation is still up in the air. We still have about 3 roster spots to fill. So, be on the lookout for those moves prior to us, solidifying the team. We'll probably sign some guys to the training camp roster and then be ready to rock come first game of the season. So I'm excited, man. I'll use that to segue into this being one of the best Bulls teams that we've seen in recent history. In my opinion, this is probably the best team that we've seen since the Bulls that won 60 games with D-Rose, Tibbs at the coach. I think this might be the best team since then, as far as scoring talent, as far as team talent and talent at position. Man, we got what, 3 20-point per game scorers on the same team. You got Zach LaVine, you got DeMar DeRozan, you got Vooch, and then you got Lonzo Ball, who was at about 14 points a game, which isn't bad. You get what I'm saying? And he's going to be able to run the floor, get the ball to everybody that we need him to. And I think this is going to be a much different Bulls team than we've seen in recent years. So, yeah, man, it's the best team I've seen since Derrick Rose era Bulls. But that being said, man, the next thing I want to go into is chemistry is key. Chemistry is going to be the key to this team's growth. It's going to be the key to this team's success, as well as injuries and health. If we can stay relatively healthy, as well as if we can gel and all the players know where they're supposed to be, and players taking shots that they're supposed to be taking, and everybody knows their roles. we get the ball to the players that we need to in the time that we need to, I think this team could be one of the dark horses for the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's just, that's I'm being completely realistic in that sense, because I feel like it all it's going to take is for this team to gel. If we come in, buy into the system, and develop that chemistry early, this team is going to have a great season. It's going to be a deadly, deadly team. And, we have a lot of talent, a lot of players who can score at all three levels. So, yeah, chemistry is just key for this squad. So that's going to take everybody coming in and being at the top of their game. It's going to take everybody coming in, and it's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take some players not having the ball in their hands as much, which is fine, because at the end of the day, teams win championships. So it's all about them staying focused. It's all about them keeping their heads in the game. It's all about them putting ego to the side. The teams that have been winning the championships in recent years, they've been putting the ego to the side. They don't care who the best player on the court is. They just play team basketball and get to the W. So that's what we got to buy into. That's what we got to look at. And if we don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, if we don't make it far into the playoffs, it's not a bad season. But if we are healthy, I think the sky's the limit for this team. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this Bulls team to show what it's got. I'm excited to see Mark Eversley and Arturas make the adjustments at the trade deadline to try to push this team far into the playoffs. So I'm ready, man. As Bulls fans, you should be excited, more excited than you've been in recent years, because this is a great squad. Now, that being said, I know we don't have any nationally televised games for the first week of the season, and I'm not really tripping on that, but I'm sure that we will have some games on Comcast Sportsnet or NBC Sports. So my prediction, I just want to give my prediction for the first matchup of the season for the Bulls. I'm going to give a couple of predictions. The first one is one I would personally like to see, and that is the Bulls versus Miami. I think matchup-wise, we match up great. I think they got a lot of good pieces. I think they got a lot of good pieces on their team, as well as I think we have a lot of great pieces on our team. So I think that's a great matchup. The matchup has history. As you know, the Bulls and the Heat, they've been battling since the late 2000s. I'm sorry, with the Miami team with LeBron James, D Wade, and Chris Bosh going against the Bulls with Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer, and players of that nature. So we've been battling them back and forth, for a while. We fell off for a few years as we rebuilt the team. But now that we've made these new acquisitions, I think that it puts us right back in that realm, in that space of those teams like, Atlanta and Miami, Philadelphia. I think it puts us in that tier with those teams. So that's one matchup that I would like to see. The next matchup I would like to see is the Charlotte Hornets versus the Chicago Bulls. You got, the Ball brothers going against each other. You got Michael Jordan versus, the franchise that he brought 6 rings to. You got a talented team, a talented up-and-coming team in the Charlotte Hornets, as well as a talented up-and-coming team in the Chicago Bulls. So I think that'll be a good matchup for opening night. If not the Bulls' home opener, then the season opener, definitely. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this squad. This is a amazing year that Arturas and Mark Eversley have had. They came in and made some unbelievable moves, starting with the Vooch trade, actually starting with the firing of Gar Forman and the demotion of Pax. I think that started it off, and then they fired Jim Boylan. Then they turned around and they drafted Pat Williams. Then they traded for Vooch. And then this offseason, we got a lot of great pieces. Got Lonzo Ball. We got DeMar DeRozan. A great bench piece in Alex Caruso. We got Tony Bradley. And then we got, we got some Bulls coming back. We got Javonte Green coming back on a good deal, who we saw at the end of last year. We saw him play some good basketball. We saw some good effort from him and some good defensive stops from him. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. You got Troy Brown Jr., who we saw some flashes from as well. Him and his defensive plays, his versatility. And that's the one thing about this Bulls team. We got a lot of versatility. It's a lot of versatility on this team. It's a lot of, we have the ability to play different positions. Everybody on this team can play multiple positions, and that's big, in this league now, where, a lot of teams are switching. A lot of teams have, stretch 4s and stretch 5s. We're, in that same caliber. So I'm proud of what the front office has done. I'm proud of what JJ Polk, the cap specialist, has done with making these signing trades happen. We came into this offseason with pretty much limited cap space, and we made a lot of moves happen. So I'm excited for this entire team. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls organization. Always shout out to them. I look forward to this upcoming season. We've been working with them these past few seasons, and it's been an honor. So looking forward to going to some games, having some watch parties, and just growing as a fan base this offseason. So y'all stay tuned for this Bulls upcoming year, 2021-22 season. And the sky's the limit for this team, man. I'm excited. So make sure y'all subscribe. I got a big video coming up next week. I did an interview with Chicago's own play-by-play sports broadcaster Chuck Swirsky. It was an honor to, just for him to give me the time to, ask him a few questions on behalf of the group. So, y'all be on the lookout for that next week. But subscribe, and I'll see y'all at the Bulls Nation. Let's get it.